All right, take 3, and what I hope can work. Jesus. All right, I've been having so many problems with this thing today. Either way, I'm not even sure where we last saw 7 goals for Norway. 7 goals. I mean, this is a demolition of Ecuador, who has honestly and ultimately choked. I'm at this point, so today's been a difficult day for me, streaming-wise, because nothing has decided to work today for some odd reason. And so, yeah, but either way, we are here. Let's hope it stays like that.
Well, it must be a dream as a striker,
because I have never seen this many problems before with the YouTube server. It's honestly, it's been an absolute joke today. On a serious note. Either way, Ecuador being able to go on and actually claim first place because they'll have a positive 6 goal differential. Ecuador has choked. This is the biggest embarrassing choke we've ever seen. I mean, to lose 7-0 was being next up, folks. It'll be Canada and Finland. This is up next. As we hope to be able to finish this episode without any more problems. Canada, Finland, I said, like, I'm just frustrated with what just happened today. Either way, folks, this is a relatively interesting one because
Anfield, one of the most storied venues anywhere in the football world.
All Canada has to do
here on the commentary position, joined by Lee Dixon to help me describe all the action. And no question, this ought to be a game that gets pulses racing.
All Canada has to do, folks,
up against Finland.
Is draw,
should be a good game,
and they're into the knockout stage. You heard that right.
Fast play, force the opposition to respond.
Finland, if they want to advance, they definitely have to try to score a goal. They have to try. A draw is going to put them in a weird spot with Mexico, and then they'll have to play Mexico again in a sudden death game. And
Arfield. And the ball with Hutchinson.
That's if Mexico or Brazil don't beat each other.
David.
But yeah, it'd be a really interesting one if Mexico and Brazil wound up drawing.
Lucas Cavallini.
I have no idea why Hutchinson decided to go all the way back. It goes Alphonso Davies.
On the offensive. Davis.
Yeah, 7 goals. I cannot believe that Norway and the United States are the 2 teams that wind up advancing. Ecuador choked. They scored 6 goals. They gave up 7. Which means they went from having a positive 5 goal differential to a negative 2 goal differential, and basically they're eliminated. Which is insanity. Norway, who scored 7 goals. That's 11. By the way, they scored 11 goals, which so far is the most that we've had in the tournament so far. Gave up none. Go in with a positive 6 goal differential, and it gives them first place, along with the win against the United States. USA advances in 2nd place, so they'll still be going on to the group stage, to the knockout stage. Go on them.
Oh, he's through here.
That knocks out Ecuador, who literally I thought was a lock for the knockout stage, and they choked.
And the ball with Hutchinson. This looks promising. Still level here, but the pressure escalating. Arfield. And the ball with Hutchinson.
Wow, I'm still like in shock, man. That is...
They've lost it.
And a game that was going to come all down to goal differential, which it still did. 6 points for the max in that group.
On the ball, Robin Lott. They could nudge in front.
Goes Finland! Finland with a huge goal! Finland scores their first goal of the World Cup tournament. It comes in the third leg of the group stage. Finland trying to make sure they do everything they can in their power
See, Derek, from this better angle, it's all about the technique. When you volley
to
the ball,
advance
it's all about timing. Let it get to the
to the
right
knockout
place for your
stage.
foot to make the connection, and there
Joel
you go. In the back of the
Pojempalo,
net.
a huge goal. Well, the only goal for Finland that they've had. They still have never given up a goal so far. So it'll be interesting to figure out how Canada's going to respond. Yeah, listen, this has been an insanely low-scoring group. It really has been. So it's just going to be interesting to see how all this unfolds.
Jonathan David. Cavallini. David.
Finland's, notoriously known for having some great defense, man.
Now Scott Arfield.
I have no
Looking position, you've got to say.
Yeah, I was trying, and I was like, what?
In behind the defence. Lucas Cavallini. And the ball with Alphonso Davies. Davis. Alphonso Davies.
You know, I just found it relatively odd when
Jonathan
I was like,
David.
it was saying that my stream ended, and I was like,
Lucas
no
Cavallini.
way.
Can they get in behind them? He could pick out a teammate. Quick thinking to dispossess his opponent.
And with no warning from YouTube either, which I would have appreciated, warning said, hey, your stream is now done.
A fine reading of the situation. Well, still searching for the equaliser, but not passing it anxiously.
Goes David Cavallini. I'm guessing Pookie scored at Bailey Higham. No, Pojempalo scored.
What can he do for
and it was about time, too. And Finland hasn't scored in how long now? It took him 3 games.
Jonathan David.
He said, I do also apologize about just everything that's happened. Cavallini scores the tying goal. It's tied 1-1. Canada trying to make sure it is them who goes on to the knockout stage.
Well, here's the replay, and the passing move is almost unstoppable. The movement is key.
But no, I do apologize for all the internet issues that I've had today, and making a part 2.
Absolutely smashes.
You guys know I hate making part 2s on live streams, but because this is something different from like a UFC video or a wrestling video, yeah, I have got to make the part 2 for it.
Even Steven, 1 apiece in this match.
I should write down the fact that Norway and the United States advanced.
Kamara. Joel Pojempalo.
Pojempalo.
And now Schüller.
But yeah, so yeah, we've had part 2. It's been a weird one. Can you show the table after this match? I can show it right now, actually. It's really weird. It's in really bad writing. It looks awful. It's really, really bad. But yeah. So I could actually read it out to you if you want. I think it's probably a lot better. If I go like this and I show it to you. Like when I say I penciled this in, I penciled this in.
Schüller. And winning it back. No more time left. First half is over here at Anfield.
It's been a weird one because, like I said, we looked at it. Group C came down to just goal differential, and one of the most biggest chokes we've ever had. It was literally USA came in clutch. They scored 4 goals. It gave them a +5 goal differential. It tied them with Ecuador, who had a +5 and hadn't lost to that point. Then they came in to go against Norway, and Norway scored 7 goals on a team that all they had to do was tie or not lose, and they would have advanced. Norway scored 7 goals, mind you, which Ecuador went from a +5 goal differential to a -2 goal differential. and they got knocked out for it. Norway just came up clutch. I mean, Erling Haaland had 4 or 5 goals in that game. That was nuts.
It is a decent-looking attack.
It was a fight, and it went from Norway potentially being knocked out to them being in first place, USA keeping their second place, and Ecuador being eliminated, which was insane.
That is genius, absolutely genius.
And the manager got 1 goal in this game. Pojan Paul tried to go for a second one. Great save by the goalkeeper, but to dominate the way he did and to score all those goals within 50 minutes is unheard of, you know. That was basically a goal per 10 minutes.
Well, he stepped up to the plate to get that goal.
Like I didn't see someone coming.
Can he produce a winner in this second half? Let's find out.
And I can't stress enough how important goal differential is, and it makes for the most dramatic of games, especially during these group stage tournaments. And by the way, folks, if you don't know, after we finish the Men's World Cup, we're going to be immediately starting the Women's World Cup tournament. That'll be right after this, and we'll be crowning a Women's World Cup champion, the first ever, who's never done it before. So I'm really excited for that 16 Women's World Cup tournament to start. But I'm also excited to get out of the group stage. I know we've got tomorrow's episode and Monday, and then we're back to the knockout stage, which will be 6 games on that one.
Totally fooled him. And we're inside the final 30 minutes.
Which I'm not sure if I want to preserve, like, after the knockout stage, to then preserve to once a week. I'm not too sure just yet, but I'm thinking about it. The group stage, once we finish all 3 legs, we have officially went through 72 games, which I know is unheard of, but let that sink in. 72 games. Here goes Laud the shot. Oh, it bounces off the post.
With the game level, let's see what they can do with this corner.
Just corner for Finland, who I said is in a weird spot. They've gotten 2 points on tying with no goals up until this point, and their second goal, a huge header as Finland takes lead 2-1 in the 66th minute of the game.
Well, as we see again,
in a group to where Brazil has got 1 point, Finland's got 2, Canada's got 4, and Mexico has 2. They desperately needed to win this game, and they're on the right track for that. A tie puts them in danger. Why? I don't understand the issues that I've been having today. Like, this is some really bad issues too.
Unable to keep possession.
So hopefully you guys are being able to watch and enjoy. 'Cause if not, this is gonna bite, man.
Arfield, or can they find a late leveler? And the
So it
referee
looks
felt he had
like
to blow the
everything is
whistle.
good. Okay. So I've been having to watch I've been having to, like, look over my shoulder with it
Got to it easily, the keeper.
and watch intensely as it goes. Because I said this is take number 4. Take number 1 was the first stream I did, which lasted for an hour and a half before my internet shut down. Take number 2 lasted for 4 minutes because YouTube was messing up. Take number 3 didn't even get off the ground.
And scope for them to produce something exciting.
Yeah, we are struggling to cross the finish line here.
Joel Poyanpalu.
Urinin.
Well, a top-notch piece of
Yeah,
defensive
so
judgment.
there's still 5 minutes plus at a time. All Canada has to do is not lose. They can find the equalizer.
Breaking at pace.
If Finland were to draw
Jonathan
Norway
David.
in the groups, who would you be taking?
Incredible
Honestly,
saves.
that's a tough one because Finland has amazing defense, but Norway is an offensive juggernaut. So you've got 2 polar opposites. I'm going to say that goes down to a draw. I say 2-2 is the draw there. But on Stars, let's talk about the huge goal from Canada trying to save their chances. A last-second goal.
Well,
We are tied 2-all.
between a good player And some of the best
Junior Hoylett just came up excessively clutch, but there is still a minute plus added time here, and what has been a very dramatic game. For Finland, they have to win. For Canada, they tie. They're into the knockout stage.
Well, adding up all the stoppages, we will have 2 extra minutes. Alphonso Davies.
As time is taken away, Canada has done something Finland did not want to happen, but right now all Canada has to do is draw out the clock. Or they're trying to go for the 3 points. They are trying to win this one, and a mistake may cost them.
And that is that, the 90 minutes.
And Canada draws, but Canada can be rest assured safe that no matter what happens in the rest of the group, Canada will be advancing to the knockout stage. One of the underdogs here, who weren't supposed to, will be doing that indeed. A huge draw for Canada. They advanced, they survived the devastating and dangerous group stage. Next up, folks, Mexico-Brazil is the name of the game. This should be the last one. If Mexico and Brazil does end in a draw, that means we'll have to run Finland versus Mexico again to make sure we have a designated winner. Let's see who will qualify into the second spot in the World Cup knockout stage. Mexico will be on the home side if I could find them. There we go. As they'll be taking on Brazil. Brazil will be in the white. Mexico will be in the black. We're playing the leg 3s in the on-field. Because England is the host for this, so we're
Anfield, one of the
putting them
most
all over there.
venues anywhere in the football world. I'm Derek Ray, joined by Lee Dixon in the commentary position, and we're fully convinced this game will live up to its billing. It's Mexico against Brazil.
Thanks, Derek. I'm sure both coaches will want their players to start.
The way I'm looking at it now is Canada beat Brazil 2-1 to get their first 3 points. So if Canada can do it, Mexico absolutely can. But if I'm Mexico, you realize Brazil's got 1 point, you've got 2, Finland now has 3. You need a win here because you don't want to force it to where you originally drew with Finland. They couldn't even get possession in other football, so they don't want to go through a 4th game and a sudden death game. So Mexico has to win this, and for Brazil, how embarrassing would this be? Not only losing to Canada in one group stage, drawing with Finland, and then losing to Mexico. And ending off with 1 point, that would be embarrassing for the powerhouse juggernaut from the level of talent that comes out of this country. I think that would be an insane blow to him. Especially when we do this next year. They may be in the play-in.
Lozano. Opportunity to deliver the cross.
They said unless there's a way that
opportunity to take the lead.
FIFA adds 50 teams into into like their international units.
Herrera.
Then I'd expand to where I don't have to have that one playing game that I do off air.
Edson Alvarez.
See what Lozano's got planned here from I don't know why, no communication at all. That was awful. And as that's going on, they actually pencil in the rest of this.
What might we see from him today?
Well, he's a talented player, but he's got that one thing, the big P. What we all
That's been the big thing about Group D, man. They've had the most ties out of everyone. The majority of the games have ended in draws. Lozano, they're making sure that they stop that man with everything. They've made sure to target him, and they've doubled him quite well.
Oh, good vision.
2 to the shot to go! Mexico scores 1-0 in the 17th minute of the game. Holy guacamole, this could be possible. The upset alert has begun. In a game where it was do or die. It's funny because we talked about Mexico last time we did this. Hey, what's up, Wally man? How are you? Welcome to part 2 of episode 7. we talked about how Mexico, last time we did this back in 2018, they were the World Cup host that year. Mexico for the win. I think everyone's going for Mexico, honestly, at this point. But we talked about how Mexico was the World Cup host. They barely made it out of the group stage, and they got knocked out once the round of 16 at that point started. So, wasn't the best run for them. Then we go to the year before that, 2017, 2016. I did that in 2 different games, where France, who hosted that year, made it to the finals, lost to the Netherlands 3-2 in penalty kicks. What was it, like 5-4 or 4-3? And a dramatic ending. That's all. Netherlands become the first champions that we had in the World Cup. Spain beat England last time in Mexico, and now Mexico kind of on this redemption path, because a lot of people thought with the group stage that they had wasn't as challenging as the rest of the groups. It was kind of a walk in the park, and they struggled with that. So we're seeing now, 3 years later, how has Mexico developed, and we're still seeing a little bit of the same issues that they were having, beating lesser teams, a team they should be walking low, but all of a sudden, I mean, they struggled with Finland. They did decent with Canada. Though they actually scored against Canada 2-2. And now they've got Brazil. So this is their toughest test to see truly where is Mexico at as a team. If they beat Brazil, it establishes the fact that they've gotten better in some way, shape, or form. And they advance to the knockout stage. If they lose here, I think the big old question is, what's going on? What is the missing piece? Where are the malfunctions coming from? What's wrong?
Well, it looked highly promising, but they got nothing.
And this would be a very disappointing campaign in a group where Mexico and Brazil were the easy winners here.
Jesus Corona.
Here goes Lozano, the man they've been trying to double for like the longest time.
Pivotal moment defensively.
Trying to fight Brazil. I think he actually kept. Oh, he did almost keep it. Mexico have the quality to do well, but they bottle too many opportunities. I absolutely agree with you. I feel that's been one of their biggest issues, even in real life too. This is a team that's got amazing potential. It's a good save by Ochoa.
Herrera.
Paul the wonderful Ohlendorf is in the oh my gosh, that's awful.
No, good use of the ball.
Paul Ohlendorf was like the man back then, you know. But no, I do want to apologize to those who are just coming in, probably wondering why you probably had multiple alerts of me streaming today. It's because I've had so many issues. But before I get to a second goal for Mexico, goal number 2. Herrera comes up huge in the 41st minute of the game.
Well,
Mexico trying to power through and advance to the knockout stage.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we? It's going their way, 2-0.
Right now, Brazil cannot be happy with this 2-0 result. How embarrassing would it be to lose to Canada, lose to Mexico, and tie with Finland? I'll have 1 point coming out of the group stage. Why is Orndorff in the hospital? Yeah, actually, why is it? I thought... Oh, is it? Well, I mean, he also is old, and, you know, wrestling gives people a lot of health issues. It's not even funny how bad those issues are, man. Wow, Finland, by the way, this has never happened before. Finland has had a draw for all 3 games of the group stage.
To an end the first half here at Anfield.
That's funny to me. They're actually tied up there 0-0.
And are ready now for the second half.
Harper. Well, I hope he does, you know, get better, and that'd be a shame. We've lost too many greats, honestly. For Canada, they've won 1, lost none, tied twice. 5 points for them. Can you imagine saying, yeah, I've advanced on the World Cup with just 5 points? That's the lowest so far. Everyone else has had at least 6. Group C, both teams at 6 points. Group B, 7 points for Denmark, 6 points for Scotland. Group A, 9 points for England, 6 points for the Czech Republic. Wow. But I'm happy for Canada, man. That's the one thing they've struggled with to do for so many years. This is, I think, their first time advancing out of a group stage. So, congrats to them on that. Canada scored 6 goals.
Winning the ball back.
5.
Individual brilliance. Uriel Antuna.
Well, if this actually stays, if this result stays the same, Mexico will actually claim first place in the group stage. Wales have just got to the group in Euro with 4 points. Good Lord. It's funny that you mentioned that, because Wales on my end beat France 1-0 and then beat India. So they're right now in first place in Group K, which also features not only Wales, France, and India, but also Germany, which I thought that was relatively interesting. Here goes Rodriguez. He could have passed to his teammate. What was he doing? He got a little bit too greedy there. But I've been trying to watch the Euro 2021, and my first game of me watching was Christian Eriksen have like cardiac arrest, which was a horrific sight to see. It's not a fun time.
And we're inside the final 30 minutes. And with play stopped, they will make the change now.
It's Mexico's throwing here as Oswald Donato is going to come out for Beretta. I haven't watched Hell in a Cell. I don't know if I should. I heard it was genuinely a good pay-per-view. Some of the finishes were not very liked, but the matches overall were really, really good. I think it was like 4 matches where people were like, well, this person shouldn't have won, or this person should have lost, and the finish was fine, but it also protected them too much, yada, yada, yada. So, honestly, I think you probably should. I definitely heard it was really good. And I feel like you'd be missing out if you didn't watch it. I haven't watched it, but I've just heard from the positive reviews that it was worth watching.
Well, that's a super ball over the top. Alas, he's made his move too early. Offside.
Heartbreaking offside. I'm most invested in the Roman stuff. That match was put on SD. Oh. I think Roman right now is at the best of his career. I've never been a Roman guy. Primarily I'm intrigued because Paul Heyman's managing, and whatever Paul Heyman's doing, I typically watch. Which probably sounds like the worst thing to say after, like, yeah, if Paul Heyman's on it, I don't really care. But look at Lozano, man, the speedy right there. It's a goal. 3 goals to the good for Mexico. It is 3-0 as Mexico has came up insanely huge here. Lozano, the man that's set to watch during this game, comes up huge.
Well, it is good play.
This is absolutely insane to say that Brazil will not be going on to the knockout stage for the first time ever in this channel's history, in this series history. This is...
They've lost it.
Insane. Yes, Mexico winning was on his pace. I mean, he was zooming by all those guys, and I was like, wow, this guy is super speedy. Like, whoa.
Andres Guardado.
I'm just shocked. If this is the quality Mexico can put on a consistent basis, they are a real threat, and they can become a real challenge to win the World Cup. As you know, folks, with 48 teams, at one point we're not going to have an even number, which means when we get to the quarterfinals, sorry, the semifinals.
How can he take them on and beat them?
It'll be interesting because the first team, the team that has the most goal, the best goal differential out of those 3 games, will go on to the finals.
Well, no way through. And
the 2 teams that have the least will go back at it again. See who will get the 3rd place award and the 2nd place spot, which will be going on to the finals to get the most. Just to add a little bit of flavor to it, you know, make it our own thing. Looking forward to the UCC. I am too. It'll be on Wednesday. I know tomorrow, assuming, again, my internet can hold up for whatever reason it was struggling today. That's why we had to do this in 2 parts, because my internet crashed at one point. Then YouTube gave me a hard time, and then YouTube didn't even work for a few minutes. Then I was finally able to get it back on.
Magnificent defending.
So I'm just glad I was able to kind of put this all together and finish it. Wednesday we will be doing UFC. Tuesday we'll be doing the episode 8 of the group stage. And then on Monday will be the final group stage day. And on Tuesday we'll be going on to the knockouts of next week. So I'm really excited for it. But for this week, Monday FIFA, Tuesday FIFA, Wednesday UFC. Thursday MLB The Show 20. We're going to finish up the regular season. Super excited for that. And within this week, I might even do the PS5 enhanced my NBA, which is the new My League, or My Park / My Career. One of those with you guys. And then on Friday, we've got the Struggling with Friends Dead by Daylight Surviving series that I'm doing, which has been an absolute blast so far, and you guys really enjoyed it. So definitely want to do that again. And on Saturday, for all my good wrestling fans, I have not forgotten about you. WWE 2008 SVR GM mode for ECW. The next episode will premiere the December to Dismember pay-per-view. That'll premiere 6 p.m. Saturday. But Mexico has came up huge here, folks. And with that, Mexico will be advancing. They take the first place spot. Canada will be in second place. Those 2 teams will advance. Let me run down to you the teams that have advanced as we speak. England, Czech Republic, Denmark, Scotland, Norway, the United States, Mexico, and Canada. When we come back tomorrow, we'll be doing more of the third leg, which will be jumping into Switzerland as they take on the one and only Uruguay, and which should be a phenomenal, phenomenal game. 70 members are well known for being great. That pay-per-view and that game pissed me off because I thought I was getting the Elimination Chamber. Like how in 2008 they actually gave them the Elimination Chamber. And they didn't give me an Elimination Chamber. I was like, well, what am I going to do now? And I just built up like 6 wrestlers to go at. I was like, what? This ruined my plans. But it was overall, I think, a really good pay-per-view. I had a lot of fun with it. And I can't wait for that to drop. I've actually got to upload that to make sure it premieres at Saturday at 6 p.m. But guys, like I said, tomorrow when we come back, we'll be doing the next 4 groups, which would be Group E, Group F, Group G, and Group H. I can't wait for that. It'll be absolutely amazing. I'm just really excited for it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for actually being understanding and hanging in there with me for this insane day of having to stream 2 different parts. I do apologize. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again tomorrow as long as my internet holds up. And again, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to BVTV. See you, Bailey. See you, Wallace. See you to the other 3 people in here. And we'll see you next time. Stay off the hook.